Hi, my name is Gabriela from Tulip Art Designs and you are absolutely welcome or welcome back to my creative channel. Here I show you watercolor sketching techniques and DIY ideas that could fill your free time with something that will bring you joy. So in today's video I want to show you 3 quick ideas for a Christmas card that anyone can make, and it can take less than 5 minutes. So if you are ready, grab your supplies and let's get started. Consider subscribing for my channel, like my videos, comment, give me a thumbs up, and this will definitely help me grow here and keep making tutorials for you. Now let's dive in. Okay, so for today's supplies I have watercolor paper. I'm using quite expensive one. You don't need a very expensive watercolor paper. The most maybe important is that you need the paper to be a bit thicker because we want to make a postcard and we want to keep it as flat as possible. And you know, or maybe you don't, but when you use watercolors you use more water, especially in the watercolor sketching techniques that I use. So the paper is more, you know, it's possible that it will not stay flat. So the only thing is to, you know, use more thick paper. Then I have my watercolors here. I'm using my Merry Blue, but you can use any other watercolor set you have. I have a long round brush. Any round brush will do the job. I have number 12, a bit bigger, so I can pick more pigment and more paint. I have a spray, I have a jar of water, I have my wax crayon, and I will need only the white one. This is a completely new set. I didn't even try it. So you will see me trying a new supply for the first time. So I will use the white crayon. The other thing I will need is sea salt or any salt. Sorry, it just say it says sea salt on mine, but any salt will do the job. And I will use bleed proof white, but also white gouache will make it, you know, will make the same job. So now I will start with my crayon. So let's take one of them, and I want to make these circles, and I will make 3 of them. So let's see, I will do one like this, and I will not fill the whole circle with white, but let me just show you on the side. So what I am doing is literally making like a net with the crayon. So I don't know if it's focusing, but this is exactly what I do. So I will make one here, one there, kind of in the middle, and one here. Okay, the other one I want to make like a snowflake. So like a plus, one more plus here, and then so I will show you in a second. And maybe circle, small circle in the end of each line. Okay, I think that's gonna be it. For the last one I want to make like a Christmas tree. So I will make one vertical line and then a few on the diagonals. The ones from the top will be shorter and every next one will become longer and longer. Here on the top I will make some kind of a star but let's see what will happen. Now I want to show you 3 different techniques. Let's start with the Christmas ornaments. What I want to do is, wait, give me the spray. I will just spray my paper like this and let's see what will happen. Let's grab some red Christmassy color. I'm using my alizarin. Any red will do the job and I will start tapping and let's see what will happen. So the paint should go only where we have water. And the white lines from our crayons should pop up, or this is what I hope for. I will move this paint around just to make a nice shape. I have paper towel. So here are the circles that you can already see. I will take this extra water like this and I will leave this to dry. If you have a heat gun that can speed up the process, that could be great. I will probably use mine. I am just taking off this extra water here. Now for the snowflake, let's wash my brush. I will take some blue. I'm using my Prussian blue. Sorry if I am not pronouncing this very correctly. I will add more water because I want it to be more transparent. And I will just start making this brush strokes, and I am making them only in one direction, just like this. So here in the end it's almost like a dry brush. And because I'm using cold press watercolor paper, you can see that I am getting a very nice texture, and I'm just doing it very quickly with my brush, just like this. And if you want, you can add some darker tones. So you are just tapping, I am just tapping with my brush and letting it bleed because it's still wet. Just like this. I will leave this to dry and then we will add a little bit of details. And now for the Christmas tree, I want to wet my paper and I will make this rough edge. If you want, you can add tape, washi tape, to have the nice edge. So for the tree I am adding water all around, so on the whole paper. I will use my Payne's Gray. It has this blue undertone and I will add it on the edges first, like this. Then I will keep moving to the side, to the center, like this. Then I will grab more blue. And these cards, I definitely didn't have any plan with them, so if you come up with an idea, like you want to make another shape with your crayons, or you want to use another cover, or you know, just get creative. I am trying to show you some different techniques, and I hope that this will inspire you to experiment more. So that's the tree, and while this is still wet, I will grab my bleed proof. So let's see what will happen. I need another brush. I will fill my whole brush with white proof white, bleed proof white. Oh my god, I cannot speak today. And then I will start making splatters. So I keep my brush horizontally and start tapping. And I expect that these white spots will bleed a little bit. Okay, I will leave this to dry, and I want to come back to this one, add a little bit more of this blue. Like this, here around the snowflake, so it will be even darker, the contrast will be bigger, so we will see our snowflake better. The thing is that when the watercolor dries, it gets lighter, and I really wanted a bit bigger contrast, so I am adding another layer on top of it. While this is still wet, I want to add some salt, just randomly, something like this. And now let's wait for all these three cards to dry completely before we add a little bit of ink lines. Okay, now that this is dry, I want to grab my Pigma Micron fine liner. This is a proof one, waterproof one, which means that if you add more watercolor on top of it, it will not bleed, but it will stay as you sketched. So what I will do is that I will make a few bigger circles again as a net, just like this, very sketchy. I am drawing around the crayon lines because you can't really draw on top of them. Just like this. I will add this rectangular shape and then a few vertical lines, and then make it as it is hanging somewhere on the top. I really like to add a sketchy frame, so I am adding 1 or 2 lines, just like this, and 1 here on the bottom. And we can write Merry Christmas, and I will do it here, just very playful, let's say. I almost didn't have space. I know, it's quite amateur. But it's very fun. The last thing I will do is to add a few small dots and fillers, just like this. And now I just remembered that I was gifted a very nice set of metallic watercolor paints from Map Watercolors, and there is this quite nice red. Let me just switch the camera. So she just sent me a nice set, 2 sets of these nice watercolors. So I think I will pick some red. It's watercolor, so it is transparent, and I will just add it here on top of my circles. So there will be this nice shiny effect. Okay. And I am adding a bit more on the edges to make it darker, like this. And then let's do it for the other 2 as well. So you could see that I didn't really have a plan for this, but that's how creativity goes. You start doing something, and during the whole process you are getting new ideas, and it's okay. We are doing this to have, you know, joy and to have some nice creative time, so it's absolutely okay to sometimes sit and start sketching without having a direction. It will come at some point. And don't get me wrong, for sure, most of the times I do have a direction, but this time I just didn't have a plan. Okay, so I think that's it. I don't know, let me see if I turn it like this, if you will see the metallic effect. Let's do this one, so you could see, I don't know, I hope you can see that the salt made a very nice effect on our watercolor background. Okay, and then I will grab my pen and I will draw, or yeah, I will just sketch a few lines to make this snowflake a bit more visible. So I am making a few lines here around the center. Like this. And because I am doing it very doodly style and very sketchy, so I don't know, it's not really visible, the lines I just made. So I will grab this, it's again from Map Watercolor, sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. And I see this peacock, something I didn't really use, but I want to add it to my card, so it looks like there is a blue tones, and I will just paint here around my sketchy lines. So basically my snowflake will stay unpainted, so it's, you can also find this technique that it's called negative painting. So you start with one layer, then you add more layers. So what I'm trying to do now is to make the background of my snowflake darker, and you can use just again the blue you used before, or maybe Payne's gray, it's also a good option. But because I have these nice metallic paints, I thought maybe I can use this to make it even more interesting. So I'm painting this here as a background, because you could see through. You could see, yeah, I'm checking on my screen. And then I also want to paint here each of these corners. And then I will make this brush almost, these strokes almost like a dry brush again. So it will spread around. So it turns out very nice, actually. I really like these watercolor sketching techniques, because you can add some line works, you can add more details, you can add almost, you know, no details. You can experiment. Very often it happens that somewhere in the middle of the process I'm not really happy, but the point is to not give up, because you know, you can just add something more, or you know, fix something, and it will become an amazing design. So I am making it darker in the corner here, and then with a little bit more water on my brush I spread it around, so I am blending it out. I really try to not use all these words. Sometimes it's very hard for me to get creative and explain, but I hope it all makes sense for you when watching it, and I hope you will find inspiration, you know, because that's why I want to make these tutorials, right? Okay, just like this. I will wash my brush. I will take the bleed proof white and I will add a few splatters. So I will fill my brush and do this, and because it's still wet it will bleed a little bit. Okay. If you want, you can add the text Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, or whatever you like. I will just leave it like this. I really like that it's simple and, you know, clear. Okay. Then let's see what we can do with this one, because actually my Christmas tree, it's not this visible. So let's just do something. I will grab some green. I have my Hooker's green here. I can mix it with a little bit of golden green. You can add olive green, and then I will start doing this dry brush strokes, just like this, and here I make them shorter, and on the bottom I make them a bit longer. Okay, and because I have the crayon underneath, I have this nice texture. I want to grab some yellow for this kind of a star, just like this. I will take a little bit of water and try to spread it around like it's a light. Of course it's a sketchy style that I am trying to approach, so it will not look super realistic. I want this yellow a little bit also here on my tree, so I will just tap it with my tip of the brush here and there. Okay, just like this. I will stop with the paint. Okay, I will wait for this to dry, and I just want to add a few lines with my fine liner. Okay, now I have this green here that I want to use for my tree. Hummingbird it's called, and I will start adding it on my tree, and I am literally doing very quick brush strokes, nothing really concrete. but literally I'm doing this. So it's like C shapes with my brush, and because it's a bit dry brush, it gets a nice texture, just like this. Okay, so let's add a little bit more just to make it nice and festive. And I have this firefly. Let's see what it is. Can I use it on my star here? I guess so. It's just so nice. And also on my tree, like this. So this is a very nice technique because it's not really concrete. You are not following any lines. You just sketch something with the wax crayon, and then you follow this sketch, just adding a little bit of colors to make it look nicer. In the middle of the process, I was definitely not happy with it. I will not lie to you, but adding these metallic colors, it was just great. Let me see if I turn this, if you can see it. It's just so nice. I really like it. Okay, let's see if the others are. Oh, this one is super nice. I don't know if you can really see what I am seeing in real life, but it's so nice. Let me try to. No, maybe. Okay, I'm so sorry that I cannot really show you the real result I have here. Yeah, you can see how shiny. I really like these watercolors. I'm so happy that I was gifted with them, because it's just the perfect timing with the coming Christmas and just this period when I really like to create something special for my loved people. So these are the 3 cards I just made without having any plan, but I am actually so happy how they turned out. I would probably work a bit more on my text, but apart from that, I am so happy about them. So that was it for today. I hope you liked the video. Thank you very much for watching and staying with me until the end. I hope you get inspired and you will make time for yourself to maybe sit and do some watercolor sketching and to create some special Christmas cards. If you do so, take a photo, share them with me on the socials, or send me a message. You probably know where to find me. I will be happy to see what you've created. Please consider subscribing for my channel. This will definitely help me grow here and, you know, keep creating these free tutorials for you. I will see you next time. Bye!